All right, we are changing gears a little bit. We've been doing a lot of word problem stuff. Now we're kind of one day behind because of that one sick day I had. So it's kind of weird to start this on Thursday. We have another one like this on Monday. But this is different. The word problem stuff is hard. Hard. This stuff, not so hard. So there's two objectives here, 97, 98, that aren't so hard. This is evaluate a function for a given input. We haven't talked about these words like functions. But when an equation, we've seen equations. We just saw one like 2 seconds ago. We just had one, y equals 2x plus 3. When an equation is written in the form y equals something, or what, like, y equals 3x plus 2, or even something funkier like y equals 5x squared minus 7x plus 8, we can often call that a function. The thing to make sure is that the right side doesn't have any like y's on it. So the only thing on the right side is the letter x. You can have more than one x, you can have a couple x's, but the only one letter, only one type letter over there, x. So y equals 3 over x to the fourth, that's a function. But this one, y equals 3x minus 4y, not a function. Now what's the whole point? Okay, so if it's y equals, it's a function. The point is that we can put in different x values. So if you have a y equals mx plus b, like what we have on our word problems, then we can calculate, we put in different numbers for x, crunch some numbers, and get some different answers. So use the function to fill out the table. So we got y equals 7x minus 4. So what we want to do is, this is our function. We want to put different numbers in for what the x is and see what we get for our answer for y. So if we put in a -2, we would go, okay, 7 times -2 minus 4. And this is how I want you to do it. 7 times -2 subtract 4.
-18.
-18. So our function says if you put a -2 in, what do you get out?
-18.
Yeah, the y is what you get out. The x is what you put in, the y is what you get out. So -18. All right, if we put a 0 in, now you don't even need the calculator for this. If you put a 0 in, what's 7 times 0?
0.
Nothing. So then subtract 4 and you got
4.
-4. You probably don't need a calculator for this. Putting in a 1, let's put a 1 in the function, so 7 times 1 is what?
7.
Take 4 away.
3.
And we probably don't need a calculator for this either. 7 times 6 is
42.
42. Take 4 away.
38.
Yeah, that went kind of fast. But,
That was easy.
That's the point of a function, is we set it up so y is by itself on the left, you got a bunch of crap on the right, even though we're just going to put numbers in where the x's are and see what we get for our answer. All right, back side.
Great. We'll play the game. We'll play bolts. Team backs the game.
It's just like going off and something else.
Maybe a little.
All right, when we have an equation that could be a function, occasionally we're going to drop the y. So we had y equals whatever. Occasionally we're going to drop the y and we're going to use what's called function notation, which you've seen every now and then. And at some points I've said, hey, you know what, don't let that bother you, that's just a y. Well, now we're doing it in reverse. Instead of y equals, we have this thing and it reads, like when you see that thing from now through Algebra 2 and beyond, that is f of x. So this right here is not f parenthesis x parenthesis, it's f of x. That's what you're looking at. F of x is the most common, but that's just because we use f more than anything. We could also say the function is called g of x or h of x. So if you had a whole bunch of them, like a bunch of different functions, you can give them different names. Like there's my f function, my g function, and my h function. So y equals 2x plus 5 is a function. Why do I know it's a function? And the y on the left, and what's on the right? Just x, right? No other letters. So it's a function. So instead of y equals 2x plus 5, I could write it as f of x equals 2x plus 5. And it's the same thing. I'm going to put numbers in so I can get numbers out. But the point of the f of x thing is instead of having to make a table, maybe I just want you to compute for me what a f of 3 is. that means you put 3 in instead. So I write, instead of f of x, I said calculate for me f of 3. This means sub 3 into your function for x and see what you get. So instead of 2x plus 5, 2 times 3 plus 5. What is 2 times 3?
6.
Add 5 to that.
F is 11.
So what we would say is f of 3 is 11. Now f of x was this function, and now if I want to put a number in, I'm just going to say, tell me what f of 3 is. You're going to calculate 11.
F
Now,
of negative 4
f of
is
negative 4 is 2 times negative 4 plus 5 plus 2 times negative 4.
negative 8.
Negative 8. Add 5 to that.
Negative 3.
Negative 3. So f of negative 4 is
Negative 3.
negative 3. It's all about, we use the function notation, so instead of making a table, I can say, hey, give me f of negative 4, and you know that means to put in negative 4. Now some of these functions, I chose 5. These are what they actually look like on the exercise. This first one. F of x is 24 over x minus 9. What are we supposed to calculate? F of what?
X.
F of
8.
8. So what does that mean?
Put the 8 in for the x.
Okay. Put this in. It starts out negative. Then hit what button to make a fraction?
The plane. You hit the fraction button. N over D.
N over D. 24 over, now we're putting an 8 in instead of an x. We're going to put an 8, so it's 8 minus 9. That's what it looks like right there. Just, yeah, regular 24. Now, another thing you can do, I'm only going to do this in the first one, but if you get to use the store button, you could say 8 stores x, and then you could put f of x in just like it looks. That's convenient if you're going to have to do a lot of these, because you already got it typed in. Now I can just go negative 24 over x minus 9. See, negative 24 over x minus 9. If I've stored 8 for x, now I can just do it that way. I won't do that every time, just so you can. Item number 2. What's f of x? Yeah, what's f of x? I said what's f of x. F of x is
3.
no.
F of x.
What's f of x? X over x plus 9. We want to calculate the value when x is 3. This is the same as
3 over 3 plus 9.
3 over 3 plus 9. 3 over.
So that'd be a quarter.
Well, yeah, 1 over 12. Or 1 quarter.
3 over 12.
That's what I mean. That, you know.
I know what you mean, I'm just saying.
I just don't listen to what I say. That's what I mean. Alright, this one's funky as well. F of x is this x plus 1 in a parentheses squared minus 6. If I want f of 4, what am I going to do? 4 in for the x. So 4 plus 1, close it, square it, subtract 6. Big difference, make sure you hit subtract 6, not negative 6, right, Jeff? Big difference. 19. 19 is the answer, just so you see, if you accidentally hit negative 6 right there instead of subtract, it looks a little different, and you will get a crazy answer. That's not how it is. And you want that means it's taking this business and multiplying by negative 6. That's not right. Don't do that. It should be subtract 6. 18 over x squared, we want to calculate that when x is 6. So 18 over 36. Yeah, 18 over 36 or 18 over 6 squared? Absolutely. Just 1/2. 6 squared is 36. This last one, your x is the exponent. So instead of 4 to the third, if I want f of 3, we're going to do what? 4 to the what? 4 to the 3. Do you know how to put that into your diary?
Hit second, then that.
You don't even have to second.
Oh.
Just hit that one right there.
That's why I kept going.
Yeah. There's your 4 to the 3. That allows you to get in the exponent spot and put whatever you want up in there. Answer is
64.
64. All right, the big thing on this is how do you know if your equation could be written as a function?
Or y equals and x is what?
Y equals, and then the only letter on the right side
Should be x.
is x. You can have a whole bunch of them, but x, no y's over there on the right side. And then kind of what's the point of a function?
The point of a function is to confuse you.
Oh, okay. What's the point? What's the point? What's the point? Why do we have this whole objective of the function?
Because it's going to be an EOI question.
If there's like on the first page, there's a star and it just says the point of the function is, somebody read that.
Is to be able to put in different x values.
So we can put in different x values and calculate answers really quick.